those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and spirit's answers. And you can SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2 hours, listen and call in toll-free, 888-565-1470, 888-565-1470, and watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed, we are live right here on WWNN 1470 AM and 96.9, and we are answering your questions. Nation 1470. What's love got to do with it? We're going to let our love flow like an open stream. We are letting our love out, your self-love. Once again, another week of people expressing themselves. But how do you express love? What is your love language? What way do you show affection? Are you the person who gives words of affirmation? Are you that person who shares that physical touch? How do you express your love? How do you let people know that you love them? Is it an act of service that you do? How do you express the meaning of love? But before we think about how you express it, let's take a look at how did you learn love? Who are your teachers of love? Were you taught by your parents? You weren't very well taught, right? And then were you taught by some of your friends and other people who were role models? And then how did you learn to love yourself? How did you learn to appreciate yourself? To understand truly who you are? And when did that connection of love for the divine come? How did you recognize the energy of God and the power that love really is? This unconditional love And how do you interpret unconditional love? And do you think unconditional love is possible? And love and laughter hold a similar vibrational pattern because it's a high frequency, it's a light-hearted energy. But even laughter has its moments. Is your laughter to defend yourself, to hide your insecurities? Or is your laughter the laughter that's that belly laughter because something catches you off guard and tickles your fancy and you can't stop? How do we find that moment of wholeness, oneness, that one love? And then how do you find the partner? So many days their person. I want to find my person. And the first question is, do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to be ready for your person? Or are you with other loves that do not let you move yourself forward? You see, love is a very patient energy. Love holds a frequency that speaks without any words being spoken. Love holds that energy that lets you know that you feel safe, that you're heard and you're seen. Love holds the energy that speaks kind words, and softness is the tone of love. Love is an energy that blends with all of nature. It allows itself to be flexible, and it allows itself to hold the energy that is sacred, individual. So no, not everybody's expression of love is the same. Love itself is a constant, current, positive force. It is actually the most powerful force in the universe. But each person's interpretation and expression of love, well, there lies another story. We can look at the unconditional love of the divine and heaven and the angels and their acceptance and seeing everything as humans see it as not perfect, flawed. But the divine sees everything as a cause and effect that goes in the flow of the universe, ever bending, ever changing, harmoniously one, and allowing each individual aspect of the universe, each individual aspect of the earth, each individual aspect of a human to just be and unfold in its own originality. You see, love doesn't hold these judgments and grudges. Love doesn't hold the energy of disappointment. Love just holds the energy of being, a frequency. So how do we as humans hold the energy of love when we've been faced with disappointment? We've had difficulties in communication. Perhaps growing up, we weren't loved. Perhaps the words that were spoken to us were hurtful and painful from the adult that was supposed to love us and that we were told loves us. But then their actions and their words were so far removed from that it created confusion. And so mistakenly, we as young ones begin to associate some form of love with some type of battery of words and harshness, angst and anger. Words that are not spoken kindly, but words that are, well, hurtful and degrading, perhaps even breaking us down to the point of not even knowing who we are, but because we're so young and we rely on those around us and they're our tribe, we do our best to please, learn that we're the problem. We're the reason why they behave that way, because if we could only behave better as a little child, if we could only love more and be more attentive and paying attention to all of their ways and instructions, then they would love us. So we try harder. But the fault doesn't lie with the child. Mischievous, I'm sure, because it is a child. It lies in the adult's inability to hold the space to allow the child to be the child. It lies in the adult's inability to hold the energy of patience and to recognize that their wounds, their interpretation of love, is now spilling over from them onto their young one. And then the cycle repeats. And then we, as young ones, we grow. Yes, we grow to our high school years and we begin to do that thing that they call dating and flirting. And so we begin to express ourselves and try to build our confidence. But because we most likely still reside in the primary household, if there's a parent environment that doesn't foster our growth and our self-confidence and our ability to truly accept ourselves as who we are to us, even if it's not like a parent expected, if we're not receiving that nurturing and that kindness deep over so many years, and it is then in the woundedness that we choose and select those that we love or we think we love. And it is then that we choose and select those that surround us as our friends and our peers. It is then that we choose to not love ourselves because we can't see ourselves in our own originality and uniqueness and our beauty and our rare, immense capacity to be who we are and create from a place of love and the power that resides within. Because each person is unique, we cease to see ourselves. We see ourselves as our parents or our role models or us. We see ourselves as the individual that is unable to please the perfectly wonderful. Perhaps there was just one sibling, that one sibling that stood out among all the rest, and they got the shine of light. Maybe you were the quiet one, and although not criticized, you weren't recognized. Although not embraced, were still acknowledged, but not recognized for your own uniqueness, your greatness. And so you walked in the shadow of another, trying to figure out who you really are. And then how to please in a different way. Perhaps that way wasn't comfortable for you. So you began to put yourself in a box of expression that wasn't unique or soul. And then you felt like you were on the outside looking in. Or maybe the love life in the family, the energy was magnificent. And they did the best they could to nurture you, and you felt safe, and perhaps you had some great grandparents that were role models, and to be in their energy was priceless. And then you went out in your own way and began to go into your teenage years. Suddenly things didn't seem as pleasant or nice. You ran into individuals who were perhaps rude or judgmental. You couldn't find the clique that you fit in. So you began to shrink like a flower that didn't get enough sunlight. Really discover yourself in high school years. And somehow you felt like you were always alone, even if you were in a crowd. And the only time you felt good was when you did check in with your family. But they're not coming with you to college. They're not going to be there with you on your first job. They're not journey of love. Although conditioned and learned from our parents or our society, our environment, our friends, those we choose to surround ourselves with. My goodness, the real journey is to love yourself and to find that love within and to find that aspect of you that has been created to express love, that aspect of you that has been created as this great bright light that needs to reach the highest of heights in your own unique way, and to carve your path, your way, and to learn what makes your heart sing and feel free, and dance within yourself, and discover who you are, and discover again and again and again, in a way of rediscovery that each time you fall in love with you all over again, it is invigorating and unique. It takes you to a new level of energy. And from that magnetic presence that you build around you, in this knowing that you love you, regardless of how everyone else has expressed their expression of love, because they come from where they are. Their conditioning, embracing the you that you've come to be, the magnificence that is within. It is there in that moment that you're free. No longer does another person's opinion of you matter. It would be great to have them on your side, but it doesn't define you. No longer does anyone's expression of love That's their inner frustration. Those are their wounds bleeding out. No longer does someone passing you over for a job or a promotion, although disappointing in the moment, no longer does that derail you or wound you or remind you of a story that was told when you were little, that you're just not good enough, or that's just not your specialty, or maybe you won't amount to anything. So many words have been spoken, and the most magnificent thing of an infant when it's there in the environment is its ability to sense and feel. And its mind, newly activated, is awake and ready to record everything that is being presented to it. And so it takes it all in and it remembers. You remember. Even though many of you as children will say that you are happy and free, there's so many moments in our lives, in our childhood, that many of you don't remember. It's like blanks of time. Because there comes a point where your inner self, your true love of self, has the hurt and the pain and the angry words and the fighting or the hysteria or the drama or whatever's unfolding around you, and it begins to quell you in a lullaby of energy, of light and love. And it nestles you in a place where your higher self says, it's okay. We'll take this hit for you and you won't remember. Because we cannot have you suffer in this emptiness, in this void that doesn't resonate with the energy of love. It is in this discord of disappointment and human humiliation and destruction. So the higher self of your soul comes in and love doesn't hurt. Love is gentle and kind. Love speaks words of awareness, and love says, I feel you and I understand you, and I regret when I'm out of the step of love, because I know what love is. Love has the ability and the humility to express that to another. Love feels the energy. Love reaches to the highest height of the divine and pulls down all the power that love is. And love beckons to you, your heart, your wounded self, and says, come with me and take my hand. Together we stand in an energy of perfection. Together we stand in the oneness and the wholeness of that which is you. For love is what created you. Love was the spark of light that ignited the act of love and energy between your parents. It is the light of the divine that chose to spark within them an energy to create you. It is not worthy of anything less than perfection, for love is always perfect. But because love is the energy that governs an entire universe and flows with everything on this planet, it is flexible, it is kind, it is forgiving. It learns to navigate and allow things such as hurt and pain to just wash over it. Never scratching, never hurting, never permeating its strong shield and essence. Because love is the power of God. It is invincible, it is indestructible. It is perfect in every way. And it has been cast into a human being imperfectly perfect, journeying through an expression of understanding one's emotions and one's thoughts, and learning as one grows older in this energy of a perhaps midlife crisis, that one says, I'm not in the energy of love. I'm still in the energy of my wounds and my hurt. It's time to let my love flow. It's time for me to give and shift and awaken myself, and then take my light and send it out, cast it out amongst the others. For love is holy. Love is whole. Love is one. Love doesn't see the flaw in the moment. It sees the light. Love expresses what it needs to shift and move. But love is not the energy that defeats another. Love is not the energy that has been placed before you to destroy you. Love is the energy that is meant to build you up. So here we sit in the journey of life, trying to just move forward. In a time when we seemingly see so much, so far removed from the energy of love. And so we want to see the energy of love aligned. And so we want to see the energy of love grow. And so we want to see love in everything. Even if its actions and its words are less than perfect, we need to find the love. And when we see that there's darkness and it tries to pull us back to the energy of our childhood wounds or our expression of self that was slammed down, we need to choose the energy of love to be our fortress, to be this impenetrable boundary that those who wish to cause and inflict their wounds and hurt and pain upon us, it cannot penetrate. For love is a shield. Love is a fortress that guides us straight to the power of the universe and the divine. Let your love flow. No matter what you see in the world, no matter what you hear, do you choose to participate in the stories that are void of love or void of manners or void of kindness? Or are you going to choose to focus on the energy that represents love, that expresses love, that allows love to flow from you to another and move forward in the greatness that is the divine? We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to talk to you about love. We're answering your questions right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9, 888-565-1470. That's the number to call. We want to hear from you. Express your questions and your comments in our Facebook page and our YouTube page. Follow Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful hour of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 7 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in.
Oh my God, what a movie. Like a movie playing in a theater. Oh Lord, we've got some theater going on. But welcome to the world, everyone. We are on the journey of love, and I sincerely hope that you're open and ready for the energy. I got a feeling, yes indeed, love is in the air. We are letting our love shine here on WWNN, and we are answering your questions. Pop your questions in the Facebook feed and your YouTube feed as well, and we're going to be asking you to share the page. We are going to go to Bree. Bree is in Pennsylvania. Bree, how are you tonight?
Hey, Sarah, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I believe we are following up on last week. Yes, what's your question?
So I had a dream, I think like yesterday or two ago. So I was in this big mansion house, and anyway, a big storm hit, and I saw the wind just suck everything, like the tornado sucked everything, or whatever it was, sucked everything, the whole house, and like everything's flying, and I'm in the closet. And then all I see is all this debris flying in the air. Next thing I get sucked out. And I thought, great, this is the end of my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I'm sucked out and then into the sky. And all of a sudden, I'm floating and flying. And I'm like feeling a sense of peace and release. And I see the light, and I'm like going to the light. And I'm like, I felt like I know I was going somewhere, like good, like a light. You know what I mean? Like it felt good. I felt free. So what was that about?
So the first thing that I see here is the breaking down of things that no longer serve you, things that are seemingly important that really have no value. The value is you. You're the key. You're the component that is the light. And you're getting pulled into the light because it is a rebirth. It is a rebearing of you, right? A time for you to share your light and time for you to be free and not holding on to things that you think you need or you think you want. You know, let's look at, you're talking and I'm thinking of Dorothy, right? And she says there's no place like home, right? And there's no place like home, and she didn't have to go anywhere because her heart's desire was right where she was. Everything you need is within you, Bree. Everything you think you need to manifest, what you want to have happen, everyone else's opinion as to what you should do next with your schooling, as we talked about last week, this is all outside chatter. Go within, you'll have the answer, and be free of the things that no longer serve you. Let everything that doesn't work for you break apart. Don't try to hold and control things. Let them fly, and then you'll see great results coming for you. Thank you for sharing your dream. That was really interesting, and I'm thinking, follow the yellow brick road, right? I'm thinking it's the Wizard of Oz, but thank you so much, Bree. We appreciate your calling.
All right,
Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. And we're going to go to Illinois. I've got Tammy. Tammy in Illinois, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to connect with you again. My goodness, this is the time for new beginnings, fresh starts. We got to clean the slate here. They're kind of talking to me about where do you go from here and how do we move and kind of reposition ourselves. Are you thinking of moving, Tammy?
No.
Okay. I see an energy of a move, honey. So there's something coming that's going to create move for you. This is move in a positive direction for you. So be open for that. What is your question for me?
I just want to know, what does the summer of 2022 have in store for me for anything, love, anything?
Who's moving? Where's your daughter?
But she lives with me, but they are thinking of moving.
I see move, honey. I know what I see. I know I see move. So, well, summer 22 might be the summer of your life because you'll be free, honey. Like, it sounds like a good party to me, actually. I'm coming to visit you, Tammy. Listen, it is a time for you to embrace this energy of cleaning the slate of a new beginning. So I want you to clear away the past, the memories, the disappointments, and I want you to open up your heart for loving relationship that is a union of a relationship, not something that's passing. It is something that is here to sustain itself and stay connected with you. So I see partnership. I see love that grows into something because you're finally opening your heart and ready and releasing the wounds from the past. When I spin us back to 2015, 16, these were difficult times for you, yes?
Yes.
So we've passed through that. We've closed out that chapter. And now I see new relationship growth for you. So it's going to be a good summer for you. And I think your daughter may be getting ready to move and create her own new life. And this will be maybe a little sad in the beginning, but it's actually a new beginning for you, Tammy. So embrace it.
So, so my ex, he's moving back to Illinois.
Good for
in
him.
May.
Good for him.
So nothing with him.
Okay. Oh, like, how do we say this coming from a place of love? No. There's a reason why he's your ex. He's coming back to Illinois because it's familiar to him, and he fell on his head, and it didn't work out for him because he was running around playing all sorts of games with all kinds of people. You want to go back in the game? What?
Right. You're right.
No. Capital no.
But he's not even going to try to get back with me or anything?
Honey, that's your wounded self talking. That's that little girl who wants to please the parent that there's no pleasing. Good Lord, woman. We need to leave him there. He can say hi in the grocery store. That's it. You have a new energy of love. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy because even if he realizes, let's play the game. Even if he realizes he had a good thing when he had it for 20 years, that he didn't honor, that he threw away like an old washcloth that he used to clean the inside of the car. Okay? That's how he treated you.
Yep.
Even if he realizes that. How do you allow yourself to step back in an energy of someone who only knows how to love in his wounded self? That is what he showed you. He showed you that he didn't value all that you did. Now, I understand it's a relationship, takes two to tango. I'm sure you have your wounds. That's what allowed you to tolerate it. But the way you have evolved in the past 3 years, you would want to go backwards? I think not.
I think you're right.
Let it go because there's better for you. I don't necessarily mean a better person in that way and minimize him. I'm not minimizing him. He did the best he could with who he was. There's a better experience of love for you. You deserve a richer, more whole, wonderful experience of love. And you deserve someone who's going to honor you. And you have spent 3 years learning to honor yourself. And you have spent 3 years teaching your children how to honor themselves and helping them get through the disappointment and the wound of him just ditching you.
Right.
So what message would that send to your children? Yes, love is patient, love is kind, love forgives. But if you also heard what I said in the beginning of the show, It also, when it knows that it needs to be strong and in its safe container. Love is a vacuum of energy that is powerful and does not allow anything that is less than divine permeate and penetrate it and try to destroy it.
So, how about my finances? Am I going to be okay once Alyssa moves out? Am I going to...
You'll be okay, because I actually don't feel like you'll be alone. I mean, maybe you'll be alone for a little while. But I feel like you will be able to stand on your own. I know things have been a little challenging across the board financially for many of us. So we're all kind of taking a breath, but we don't want to come from the place of lack. And I do feel like we are starting this whole new cycle of life, and it's going to be a magnificent next 5 years, not just the summer of 2022. So be open to the new possibilities. Don't look back. Look forward. Don't look down to see if you have enough and if there will be enough. Look forward and trust. Look inside and know that you deserve more than everything that you've received thus far, because you are worthy. I hope we've been of service to you, Tammy. Thank you so much for calling us from Illinois. We're glad to talk to you again and reconnect. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sarah.
You're welcome. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to Facebook, YouTube, and continue to answer your calls right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. That's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at SarahSpiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, indeed. We are back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. You can reach us at 888-565-1470, and we're answering your questions all across the nation. We're also going to go to Facebook and YouTube, so we're going to ask you to line those questions up. We'll be going to our Facebook, YouTube page in just a moment. In the meantime, I've got to take a call from Sunita. Sunita, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. And where are you right now?
In Charlottesville.
Ah, and what are we doing there? Interesting.
I moved.
Ah, very interesting. Time for change for you, my dear. And this is actually a really powerful year for you, for your finances as well, and creating new work opportunities. Did we get a promotion advancement in our journey of a move?
Yes.
Yes. I see great growth for you. And it's been a good start for 2022. Yes, we're off to the races, as they say. Sunita, what is your question for us tonight?
I wanted to know what Spirit had to say about my love life.
Okay. Is there a birthday for someone you want me to look at, please?
6578.
So the first thing I heard, as you said, anything Spirit wants to say about your love life, I said to them, what do you have to say? And they say open heart. Have to have an open heart. You have to have an open mind. Here we have an individual who is going through their own transformation, their own expansion. And when we were talking about love before, treat you with kindness and love. And they're very energetic and charismatic and very engaging. And they make you feel safe and honored. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
And so here I have someone who's also getting ready to make a move in their work and their business. Are they too looking for promotion advancement at this time? Because that's what I see around them.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of upward growth. This is someone who also is in a position that in the next year or two is looking to make this possibly permanent and solid and a union. Is that something that you guys have talked about?
No.
Okay. Well, enjoy the journey because this is going to be an interesting one. And here we have someone who's going to honor you. And so have fun with them and enjoy this moment. It's going to be a positive experience for you. And I do feel, Sunita, when I look at your personal energy and the change that you have before you by 2024 into 25, there is union, love, marriage energy there. So there will be marriage coming for you. So it's at your choosing and as at this individual's discretion as well. But enjoy the journey and congratulations on your move. It's some positive energy. Now, looks like you're going to have a little bit of cool weather too. So I hope you're ready to experience a little chill in the air when the fall comes back. Yes?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for calling, Sunita. You are on a good path and keep us posted. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470 from Virginia. I've got to go to Massachusetts. I've got Willie on the line. Willie, what's going on?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to reconnect with you, Willie. And what's your question for us tonight?
So I recently started a new job.
Yes.
This is my 4th week in.
Okay.
I was happy to transition from my previous job where things were a little crazy and great opportunity, definitely better for me financially.
Yes.
But here I am just a month in and I'm like, oh gosh, like this is a little overwhelming. There's a lot happening, a lot of balls, in the air and things to be given to me in terms of projects that they want me to take on, very eager to give me things that other people, I guess, were doing but can't do anymore or don't want to do anymore.
Yes.
And I'm just like, how long am I going to be here, Spirit? Like, do I need to look for something else? Like, I see myself being overwhelmed, and I'm just 4 weeks in, and I'm like, okay, like, what's going on?
Okay, so let's break this down for you. So first of all, we've got a lot of enthusiasm, right? They're very enthusiastic to have you on board. You're more than capable, and they're trying to clean up their mess. And so I want you to consider yourself as the corporate street cleaner at the moment here, and we're going to just clean it up. I don't see it lasting this long because eventually you'll be able to find a more defined execution of your work tasks. Right now I feel like they're just kind of
trying to cash in on all they feel they invested in you to bring you on board, right? So let's put you through the paces and the test, and you're more than up for the task. Now, if you remember, when we did speak about you leaving your previous employer, even though it was a lot over there as well, it was more a lot of drama and a lot of chaos. Right. And so in that energy, Willie, we said, oh, careful what you wish for, because when you go somewhere else, you might actually have to put the pedal to the metal and really work it. So you're going to work it for a little while. But what this is all showing you in the journey, and no, don't look for somewhere else. It's showing you in this journey that ultimately you are your own boss. You need to be self-employed. You need to have your own company. You need to work with, well, many different things, but property, management, real estate. This is where we ultimately want to go. But this is just a stepping stone to that. And besides, you have your own business, your own product line that you're launching. So we've got a lot in the air for what you desire. This is just a way to kind of cushion you financially so that you have the opportunity to make that transition and accomplish all that you desire. I also see this paycheck as serving as an opportunity that on paper makes it easy, facilitates a move when you are ready to make a move, because it's there to serve that purpose and that stability for the paperwork to allow you to create that. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So ride the wave. It'll be fine. You can handle it. And once you settle in and you've proven yourself, you most certainly have the opportunity to look at everyone and say, okay, great. Now, what exactly is my task to do? What was I hired to do? And just lay down your boundaries. Thanks so much for the call, Willie. Thanks for following us in Massachusetts. We greatly appreciate it. Bye for now. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to take your calls at 888-565-1470. We got the calls pouring in. I want to hear from you. Facebook, YouTube, stay with us on Sarah Spiritual. We will be right back.
There's a life leading the way. Oh, there's a life.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored
Standing at the corner now, watching everybody pass me by. I've been waiting for my time, but I don't know which way to go. I'm at the crossroads of my life, and I don't know which way to go. I know there's no room for mistakes, 'cause it's time for me to move on. I don't know where I've been. Somehow life just swept me in, and as I stand here, I'm aware that everything I've done that brought me here, but I'm at the crossroads of my life. There's no time or mistakes. This is my divine one more moment and take a look to be sure the direction I may go is right where I wanna be for sure. 'Cause I'm at the crossroads of my life, and I'm standing here all alone. I've got to make my way where I need to be, 'cause I'm at the crossroads that define me at the crossroads. Do you believe in love? Falling from above like a raindrop falling upon the leaves. Do you believe in love? Whispering through the wind, calling the name of the one you love to come home to you. Do you believe in love that opens up your heart?
She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions and to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in. 888-565-1470. 888-565-1470. and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light.
And we are back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions, 888-565-1470. And we're going to go to Rachel. Rachel is in Boynton Beach, Florida. Rachel, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you. Your soul's been talking to you, my dear. Yes, Rachel, we are asking purpose, mission, meaning of life, the importance of the breath of life. Yes, you've been kind of doing some soul searching. You're on a deep dive, yes?
Yes, I am.
Yes, time to let your love shine, my darling, because this is a time of powerful growth for you. And there's also financial increase that comes to you on or around the months of July, August, September. We think of making a shift financially for our work or career, please, because I see increase coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I was just laid off last week. I was kind of expecting it, but I'm just wanting to see while I'm going through the transition of finding another job. Is it going to take a while?
I see increase. So I feel like the next job brings you a better experience, more money, and I actually feel like use this time. Sit with yourself and ask yourself, what wasn't working for me in the other job? We don't want to, from a place of dissatisfaction, be creating a new experience and have more of the same, right? That seemed like a very hectic place that you worked. Yes, please. They seem kind of busy, multiple things you were doing. Yes, Rachel?
Yes. Okay. Multitasking.
But you know what? Yes. It was through no fault of yours. They were just winding down, closing down, clearing down, my guides tell me. But it taught you many things and gave you some new added bonuses of information that you can place on your resume so that you're able to move yourself in a direction of this almost some kind of healthcare arena. This is where I feel you'll do well. It kind of puts you in a good position to network and connect with others. And I feel like there will be increased promotion and growth. And this will find you a new job on or around the June time. I feel like you're going to have a few weeks before we begin to find the right positions to begin interviewing for. That's why I'm saying give yourself this little rest for a moment. Give thought and consideration of what would I love to do moving forward, because this will help you identify the proper roles. And I would definitely float yourself out to a temp agency, something to kind of keep things moving once you have a clear point direction to go to. All right?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And there's good increase this year. This year is meant to be a good financial year at the end of the story, but use this time. Who did Rachel come to be? What is your core desire for work? This is something that's important to you. And it's something I want you to pay attention to, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Okay.
We're going to go to our Facebook friends, our YouTube friends. We're looking for your questions. We've got quite the conversations going on here. We got Helen. Helen says, hey, Sarah, I had a question. Is my daughter keeping something from me? So, interestingly enough, your daughter is very closed off, and her energy feels as if she's not open for communication. And there's something about the way you and your daughter interact that she feels that when she talks to you, you always don't, you basically let her feel as if she's not doing the right thing, and she kind of feels like she talks to you, communicates with you. The way Spirit's showing it to me, that you're not really hearing what she's saying, and maybe she's trying to do something for herself without having your input. I feel as if your daughter is also going through an emotional transition within herself. This is a time for her to step into being more creative, get out of her routine, get out of the box. So it's a time for her to make changes, and these changes she may not be open to share. I don't see anything that's secretive, that's detrimental. Give her the space and the opportunity to grow, Helen Marquez, because I feel like your daughter will come to you with whatever she would like to share. Give her her space. That would be most important and will help the relationship in the long run. Thanks so much, Helen Marquez, for your Facebook question. We're going to take another question from Facebook and YouTube. On our Facebook page, we have Karen Bowen. Karen says, hi, I would like to know how I can overcome my fears of opening up to higher vibrations and my guides. And is this really, I don't really know the rest of the question, but is it really the time for her to do this? And is it really real? And is she really making her connections? And as I look at this energy, I don't really know the question, but in my head, Spirit's like, well, let me tell you the second half of the question, Sarah, that doesn't show on the screen. I'm so glad Spirit spies with its Sarah spiritual eyes. And, when I look at this energy for you, Karen, let me just say this to you. You are getting ready to open up, and you are opening up, and overcoming your fears means letting yourself be free, knowing that as long as you ask for protection and you ask the divine to channel through you, and you allow that to be the current, the Holy Spirit, the energy of the divine, to be that you can raise your vibration and not reach anything that is going to hurt you or harm you. There's nothing to be afraid of when you know you're in the energy of God, the energy of the divine, because you will always be protected. When you summon the energy of Archangel Michael surrounding you and protecting you, and overcoming your fears means, well, you are good enough, you are worthy, and you don't have anything to prove, and you have to do it because it feels good for you. And there's no fear that comes from God. So fear is the whisper of something that is a low vibration in itself. So opening up to higher vibrations can only overcome fear. It can only shower love and light upon that fear. So open to the vibrations, let your love vibration shine, and ask your angels to show up for you and ask them to be a part of your life. Start very simple. Ask them for protection. Ask them for inspiration and guidance. Ask them to bring you cool experiences throughout the day that make you feel joyful and harmonious and connected. That causes you no harm, causes no one any harm. It helps you be in the energy of love, because God is the energy of love. Thank you so much, Karen Bowen, for your very good Facebook question. We're going to take another question from our friends on Facebook and on YouTube. Who else do we have? Leanne Lockwood. She says, here we have the complete opposite of a question. So Leanne Lockwood, she's like, Sarah, I don't want to talk to Spirit. I don't want Spirit talking to me. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to be connected. I don't want the loved ones from the other side to connect to me. I want it to go away. But what you are is an open portal, an open energy of the connection of the loved ones on the other side. And they know that you can see them, and they're asking for you to acknowledge them. So, yes, can you shut off your gift? You can. Can you choose to step away from it? You can. Do you feel like it's getting stronger? Because they don't want to let you go, because they know that you're a conduit of the divine and that you can interpret their messages. But you have free will. And in the moment of now, and the power of who you are and the divine power, you tell it has no power, and that I choose to live my life in the way I desire. I have free will, and I'm exercising my free will as a divine child of the divine God, and I choose not to be open to the messages of those on the other side and the energy of any spirit that I don't wish to talk to. Use your power, use your energy. You can put a force field around yourself, but do know that you are always in the energy of God. Ask Archangel Michael to be there beside you. It'll dissipate. Just keep saying what you desire of your own free will, which is God's gift to you, and all will be well. Thanks so much, Leanne Lockwood, for your very interesting Facebook question. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 888 565-1470. I got to go to New York. And I've got Rita on the line. Rita, how are you tonight?
Oh, good. It's the first time I'm calling.
Well, good, Rita. We welcome you to the show. Thank you so much for making this connection. Rita, how did you hear about the show?
I saw it online.
Well, welcome. Thank you for seeing it online and participating with us, Rita. When I look at your energy, the first thing that I'm made aware of is that you've been having some really intense awakenings within yourself spiritually, and that you're spending a little more time trying to be connected to your guides and your angels. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And also, I'm feeling the energy of you really wanting to have the memories of the past back for you as well. Is this also true?
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yes. And when I see this energy, wow. You know what? I'm hearing memories all alone in the moonlight. I can smile at the old days. They were beautiful then. You've been doing a lot of reminiscing. And I also feel that you've been really tuned in and tapped into looking at pictures of people that have crossed over. Is this also true, Rita?
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
My mother, actually.
Yes. And in this energy, as you've been looking through this, I also feel that you took great care to look after your mother and to make sure she was okay, yes?
Right.
I'm also made aware when I look at the energy, I hear a little puppy in the back there, so when I look at the energy here, Rita, you've also been working on your health, please, your health and well-being. Is that also true?
Right.
Very important.
I had a lot of health issues.
Yes, and they tell me that you've been working on it, and they make me aware that you need to manage the levels in your body, something with your oxygen. We're having problems with our breath or breathing our oxygen. Is this also true, please?
Well, I smoke.
Okay. Breath, breathing, oxygen. How about stop smoking, Rita? Because that might help us here. Because I feel the energy. I know it's easier said than done, but pull back from that. Yes, because I feel tightness in the chest. I feel oxygen, breath, breathing here is something very important for you. So look for that so that you can make those shifts and changes for you. I also feel that in the connection with your mom, that every day feels like you wish your mom was there, and when you go to talk to her, say something to her, she's not there. And you took care of her before she passed. Is this also true, Rita?
No, I never got to see her before she passed away. See, she was in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Who took care of her? Who's the person sitting there with her, please? Who was with her before she passed?
My sister.
Okay. Who is that, please? So you didn't get to say goodbye to her? Is that what I'm hearing here at this point?
No.
Okay. But I also feel as if there was a divide between you and your sister over something having to do with your mom. Is that also true?
That happened, yes.
Because they make me aware that it's almost like, I don't want to put words into this story, but it's almost as if your sister made decisions and kind of kept something about mom from you, or didn't let you have a say in something, please, and how she was handled and treated at the end. Does this make sense to you?
Well, when at the funeral, at the viewing, I had a picture of my mom and dad that I wanted to put in with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister did not like that because my mom and dad were divorced, all that.
Okay. Yes.
And then she said that her kids didn't want it, so that really made me mad. And I didn't talk to her for quite a while because she made me so mad. It wasn't. I didn't feel fair to me.
I understand, Rita, but at this moment in time, please understand that your mom is at peace. And I feel like at the time your sister was trying to keep things in a way that she felt comfortable. She felt that she had done a lot and she wanted things her way. But then again, that's always been your sister's way. This is also true, yes?
Well,
she's strong-willed.
My sister did a lot for her,
yes,
because she lived there.
Yes, but your sister's also very strong-willed, and she wanted things her way because she felt that she had done a lot. And so that's how she viewed it. Rita, your mom's energy is with you, and I feel that your connection with your mom is never ending. You're just always connected to her, even if you don't see her or feel her. I also know, Rita, that this is your time to take care of yourself and to look into the energy of your self-care and your self-love. Rita, they keep showing me, who's the H in the family, please? Who's the H?
Pardon?
Whose name is the letter H, please? Whose name begins with the letter H? Someone's showing me just a letter H. From the other side, I'm like, I don't know. H. I don't know what they're talking about. They're giving me a big H. Yes, H.
I have an uncle with it. 2 uncles with that H.
And they passed, please?
Yes.
Okay. So someone on the other side has letter H connected to me here because it comes from the other side. This is how I bring this energy in. So one of your uncles is just give me an H. H. I don't know. Seems to have a sense of humor. I don't know what to tell you. But your uncle's stepping forward here. So just a big H in the sky, knowing that he's with you as well. I send you much love from your loved ones on the other side. And keep talking to your angels. Keep talking to your mom and your uncles, and ask for divine guidance in all the choices that you do. Spirit also makes me feel that you feel a little alone and by yourself and disconnected. Yes, this is also true?
Right.
Yeah.
That, yeah. I do talk. Well, I talk to God a lot.
Yes.
And I do talk to my mom. And I do miss her every single day. You know,
I see that. Yes. And she's
yesterday
with you.
was just the anniversary that she had died.
Yes.
So.
And it's a perfect time for us to find it. And I'm sure she led you to me so that we could make the connection and that you could know that you are connected to her. And whether you did a lot for her before she passed, she still makes me feel like you did a lot for her and that you were there for her. Even if you weren't there in her latter days and year, she still appreciates all that you were and all that you did for her. So do know that she sends you much love, and just trust that she's with you. I hope I've been of service to you for this moment, Rita, and that you're glad you called. And I hope you continue to follow the show, kind of save the page, follow Sarah Spiritual on Facebook so that we can stay connected.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're coming right back to the phone lines. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9, answering your questions on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. That's me, Sarah Spiritual, 888-565-1470. You know what? This is our 630th live show. And in May, we're coming on 13 years. You can bet we are trying to make some shifts and changes. My producer's laughing, right? But we are working behind the scenes. We are trying to bring some new light, some new energy, and really make some positive vibes with 630 live shows. I have to thank you all because you, the callers, you are the show, right? We talk to you, and your stories inspire others, and you teach others with your questions, and your question represents so many other people's questions. Now, I've got to go to El Paso, Texas. I've got Patrick. Patrick's been holding on the line. I think he probably turned blue, maybe passed out. So, Patrick, how you doing here?
Oh, fine, Sarah. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Patrick. Good to connect with you.
Well, I don't really have a question. I just want to see what my spirit guides or anything around me that could convey to me.
Okay, great. So we're going to open up this energy here. So this is a year for you, Patrick, of balance energy here. Patrick, it is a time, and is that the name everyone knows you by, Patrick, or is there another name?
No, actually it's Alfred. It's Alfred.
Alfred, okay. What's it all about, Alfred? Okay, Alfie? Okay, we got you. All right, because I had the name Patrick here, and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem like the vibe here. So when I look at the energy here, Alfred, it's really important for you to know this is your finding balance, kind of a rhythm for yourself, and kind of moving in the energy of what you want to do to help other people. Like that has been paramount in your mind. I feel like you had a little setback, a little slow up. But is there a program that you're putting together for youth that is back on the table at this time?
Yes, I'm working on one or two programs now.
Yes, and this is an important thing for you because this is who you've come to be. I'm also made aware of a man who stands above you, father's position, and this person stands above you as dad's role. Okay, so this is your father who passed. Yes, please?
Yes.
Okay. And is there this seems familiar, what I'm about to say. Is there a building or something connected to you, your dad, a brother? What is this about a building, please?
That I don't know.
Okay. Did your dad own a building, or what's this building represent to your dad? He's showing me a building.
Oh, I don't really that I don't know.
Okay. Did you have a building that you sold, please?
No, I wasn't really close to my dad. I mean, he was my dad, but, that's about it.
Okay. Interesting. So he's showing me a building, weird as it may seem to you. He's showing me a building, looks like almost like a warehouse building. It doesn't look like a building like would be an apartment building. It looks like a warehouse building. And in this building, it looks like were you thinking of getting a warehouse of some sort or some kind of building? Is that something that crossed your mind?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we're going to leave that with you, okay? And I don't know what that means to your father, but it's I've never had anybody send me a warehouse building in my life, but this is the building that he sends me to you. So I don't know what that could mean to him symbolically, but I'm going to leave you with that. But just do know, even though you might not have been close to your dad is with you, stands above you as a father figure, all right? So he is with you whether he really spent time with you or not. You are in this place of balance and connection, Patrick, for your life and finding a better rhythm for you. I also see a trip coming into the month of June. Do you have a trip planned?
Yeah, we have several out of the country and stuff this summer.
Okay. So June kind of starts you off with a bang here. So I see travel coming for you. It's going to be a good travel year. And I also see this being a financially rewarding year as we kind of balance things out coming towards the end of the year. So it's going to be a powerful year. 2 programs most likely will launch for you by the end of the year. So just keep focusing on that. It's going to be a positive, powerful year for you. I'm also made aware of the energy of female energy stands above you as well. Mother has also passed. Is this also true, Alfred?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You were closer to her, yes, because she seems very close to you. Yes, very attentive to you. Yes, this is true?
That's true.
March, April, May. Spring, what does March, April, May have to do with your mom, please? Did she pass right around this time, March, April, May, please, this timeline? Or
she passed around February.
Okay, and
2 years ago.
And the spring has to do what with her? Because you show me March, April, May. This is significant for her. Specifically brings me in 3 months here for you.
Oh, I have to think about that.
Okay, March, April, May. Just hold that vibe there for yourself here. And she's talking about, is there 2 brothers that you have, please, or 2 other siblings, please?
I have 3 brothers and a sister.
Okay, who's the 2 brothers? Because she's talking to me about 2 brothers. Are there 2 brothers close to you in age, or 2 brothers that you're with at this time?
Well, they're from the East Coast, but
I connect them
they're all younger than me. They're much younger.
All right, I see 2. She's specifically talking about 2 brothers connected to you, like 2 that are close to you in, whether they're close to you in age or close to you in relationship. She's bringing up 2 brothers connected to you. Know that mom is with you as well. It is going to be a good year for you. Enjoy your trips. Enjoy the programs that you're putting together. You're here to be a bright light and to make a difference in other people's lives. Thank you so much, Alfred, for calling.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bye. 888-565-1470. And we're going to go back to the phone lines, and we're going to go to Daniqua. Daniqua is in Lauderhill. Daniqua, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you, Sarah? Congratulations on the years.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's been, I can't believe it went by that quickly, but here we are. So, Daniqua, when I look at the energy around you, putting yourself back together again. Yeah, that's what we're doing, right? This is a time to move ourselves up. And I also see the energy of work coming for you. You're looking for a new job, Daniqua?
No, I don't work right now, and I'm on disability, so it don't allow me to work.
Okay. I see some kind of work coming to you, so I don't know if there's something you might get to do or help with, something to keep you in the movement here, but I see you trying to pick yourself back up and make yourself a little more solid in your finances. So just know that that's coming for you, all right? There's increase in finances. This is also a year for you that brings us into this energy of new beginnings. Like, it's really time for you to kind of step into power of who you are, who you've come to be. And you have a love question for me, Daniqua. What's your question?
Not really love, but when you say empowered, that the job I work, like the election when it comes around,
Okay.
and I get paid good money to work with the election. It's coming up in November
Yes.
of this year. So that's the work, what you see.
Yes.
Because I only work there one time a year during the election.
Right.
And it's a really, really good job to have.
It is, and I know that you're only allowed to make a certain amount, on top of what you receive for
Exactly.
disability. So, and I'm glad that that's coming. I see it's going to be a good financial year for you. And what is your question, your specific question for me, Daniqua, tonight?
I'm just still battling with my health, and you said it that it's going to be a new beginning, and I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I'm looking for, to press rewind and just start over and walk in new shoes, like you say. I really want a new start in my health and in my life.
Yeah, because when I look in your body and I see the energy, like your whole body hurts. Like everywhere I look, I feel like you feel like an old woman, and I know you're not. So I'm just feeling this. And is there some type of a blood disease or some kind of anemia or something that goes on for your body, please? Because they make me feel like the blood is not. Yes, there is. Yes. Okay, so they make me feel that in the blood we're not strong. We don't have our strength. The body feels inflamed. So I'm feeling as if everything you do, you're not feeling empowered. But you remember, your empowerment comes from the divine. It comes from within. And you can overcome anything that comes in your way because you are a divine child. You are gifted. You're a kind person. And I do feel that this is going to be a powerful journey for you moving forward. All right, my dear?
I believe that. And I'm going through everything you say. And I'm also trying to keep that mindset that I am in control of my health and the things that I think over my own body, that I manifest, things over myself, but not having really control over my thoughts. So I have to always, like you say, keep thinking good thoughts because I am in control of my divine healing.
You are. So remember that you are the conquering power, the expression of the divine that flows through you, therefore eradicating and removing any disease in your body.
Yes.
Okay.
And can I ask one more question about the 2/22/22?
Yes.
What's the significance of that?
So significance of that is that kind of opens up the energy for change and power for you. And 2 represents the power of relationships.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Thank
All right,
you,
my
Miss
dear.
Sarah.
You're welcome, Daniqua. Good connecting with you.
care.
All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come right back to the phone lines. We got to go back to Texas. We got to go to Connecticut. We got to get around, everyone, and we got to keep having some fun here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's all about you, your questions, Spirit's answers, and we're all learning, and we're all on a journey. Stay with us. Love's the answer. We'll be right back.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the...
I've been standing in the room.
Where have you been? We are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. So if you're cruising down the highway, you want to pick up the phone, give us a call. We're answering your questions. You want to follow the show after the show, go back to Sarah Spiritual on Facebook or on YouTube. You can catch tonight's show. Maybe there's a part you heard and you wanted to hear more. Just go back to Facebook and YouTube and click Sarah Spiritual on this Wednesday night. My God, we're at the end of March. I can't believe it. Getting ready for April Fool's Day, so that's going to be interesting. So don't be a fool on Friday because anything can happen. The pranksters will be out. I know I got a few things planned. But anyway, we got to go back to the phone lines. And I've got to go to Jana. Jana is in Texas. Jana, how are you tonight?
I'm laughing at your last joke.
Yeah, good, Jana. Good to have you on the line here.
How are y'all doing?
We're doing good.
You beautiful person and beautiful soul.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Girl, listen, congratulations. And I'm telling you, right before you said that, I get mental images in my mind. I'm not really practicing anymore like I should, but I'd seen you with purple wings, and you were soaring. And then 5 minutes later, you come out and tell me how many shows you've done. I said, holy shoot.
Holy shoot. Holy crow and a whole bunch of ducks, because it's been a long time, honey. But, Jana, this is actually a balancing act for you right now. And stepping into your divine human potential. And even though you're not really practicing your spiritual connections the way you might have in the past, it's just about being present and being in the awesome energy of the divine and love. And you've been giving love to everybody that you've met your whole entire life.
Yes.
And now it's about you giving the love back to yourself and nurturing self. I feel like we've been working on some things in our health. Is that true, Jana?
Oh, my God, they want to operate again. I mean, I know 3 surgeries they want to do right now, and I'm just saying, you know what? I want to stop. I want to smell the roses, and I want to go have some fun. I don't care if I'm even fat because my health's bad, and I'm not going to get back down to size 5. I've been embarrassed to do anything. I had a chance to go down to Galveston. That's where I'm from.
Yes.
And when I got down there, I didn't really go anywhere. I was too embarrassed to be seen by everybody I know. So came back home, and I felt bad after that. My friend passed away. I've had quite a few of them pass away. Come to think of it,
it's been a really rough experience. But Jana, my goodness, I think they've operated on just about every part of your body, like leg, the hip, the back, the neck, the stomach. Like, what else are they going to cut open? Like,
we can rebuild her. We can make her quicker. We can make her smarter.
All right. Well, then maybe you need to get back to size 5 so you can put on your Wonder Woman costume, because after all this, you've got to be part bionic somewhere.
Yeah, I am. They put in a shoulder replacement, but it got infected, and I had to get a PICC line after that, and then I've been on oral antibiotics for a year. But I'm about to come off of them, and I'm like, well, you know what? Then maybe they watched that show, growing up, and that, maybe they just saw too much TV. I'm gonna have to put them on hold for a minute.
Yeah, well, you're entitled
have a little
to
bit
do
of fun and give some love back to myself, like you said.
Like you said, and here I am, Jenna, and I'm in this energy. So the first person that steps forward, connected to you, there is your friend that steps forward. Your friend passed, and you weren't expecting her to pass when she did. Does that make sense to you, please?
I wasn't expecting it,
Yes.
but I knew it. She told me that they were having a benefit for her in Galveston, and I didn't go because I knew that everybody in Galveston would be there because she was loved.
Yeah.
And she told me on the phone, she said, we never know when, you don't know when somebody's going to pass. You may never get to see him again.
Right.
And that's weighed heavily on me. I feel part guilt. Yeah.
Well, don't feel guilty, because she makes me feel as if no one really expected her to go. Maybe that was her soul talking you soul to soul, like I might not see you again because we never know. And that was her way of saying goodbye. So just know that she is with you and that she stands by you, and she sees your beauty. She sees you beautiful regardless of whether size 5 or size 12 or size 20. Doesn't matter, all right? She's most certainly with you.
Well, that's unusual because, we haven't hung out together since back in the 90s.
Yeah, well, you brought her back into your energy before she passed, yes, and this is the power, right? And it's about her being seen and recognized, and I'm the conduit, and you message her by talking about her. And so this is why she brings forth the information that even though nobody knew she was going to go, she didn't know she was going to go. Here we are. She's with you, and she's all right, all right?
Oh, that's great.
Makes me aware of that love never dies. The connection between people is always there. And this is your journey of, kind of doing the balancing act, the balancing of the operations, the balancing of having joy, happiness, and love, and tripping the light fantastic, because you are a magnificent being who's come to bring light. You have cared for others. You've cared for your mother. You've been there for everyone. And now it's, as Diana Ross would say, it's my turn with no apologies, right? You've given up the truth for those you've tried to please, right? And now it's time for you, Jana. I do see a trip coming for you, so pack your bags. I do see you making a trip. And I don't know. I see some unexpected money coming to you, and I feel like it's overdue. So I want you to be open and aware that money's coming.
Oh, my God, I need some so bad. I'm not even kidding. Those doctors and medications have taken every last dime I have.
Yeah, well,
but I have 3 questions, though.
Yes.
I want you to keep flowing as long as you can with me because I haven't been with you in a while, and I've missed you so much, and I just want to send you so much love. I do think about you all the time.
Thank you. So rattle off some questions before we have to go to our next caller. So.
Well, let me see now. The first thing is that my mother is having problem breathing. Mm-hmm. Now, she, her oxygen rate was like 89, 90, and, she gets very angry at me when I asked her, we need to go to the hospital.
Okay, so let's talk about this here for a minute. So first thing I hear is there like an emphysema that's going on with her, please?
I'm assuming it's going to be because it hasn't been diagnosed, and we can't get to the pulmonary doctor till next Thursday.
Okay. So in the meantime, after this, keep the oxygen level up. If the oxygen level drops before a certain amount, you're going to have to take her. Even if you have to tie her and throw her in the truck, she needs to go, right?
I'll tell you something. She said she will never speak to me again, and she will move right up out of this house and into an apartment. She can do it. I'm telling you, she's that headstrong.
Well, I understand.
Her father was, too, but he died from brain cancer, and her mother died from lung cancer at 62.
Yeah. And there's a lot of heaviness in her chest, so we want to watch that. So we'll pray she makes it to the lung doctor so you don't have to tie her and throw her in the truck. But I promise you she will talk to you again, all right? Even though she says that. She's just trying to show you how emphatic she is that she doesn't want to go there because your mom doesn't trust them, okay? And she doesn't have much respect for medical science, unfortunately. And, she looks at the journey you've been on. She's like, darn, she's going to have a whole bunch of cuts in her. So she's not going to be doing that. What's your next question for us?
Oh, the next one is, my ex-husband really surprised me. He helped start me on a diet, and unfortunately I fell off of it because I'm doing what they call, my nerves are real bad right now because watching somebody gasping for air,
I understand.
Especially if it's your mother.
I understand, but I'm going to tell you this. Your ex-husband, who has made promises he didn't keep, I'm glad he helped you with this. And here's the best part of falling off the wagon in a diet. Hear what I'm going to say. You can always get back on the wagon when you're ready. So
that's true.
In this moment, we're not choosing to because we feel too anxious, and that's okay because you are in control. But when you choose to give yourself permission to have more power over your emotions and your angst, and you choose to let the divine power give you the willpower you need, you'll be back on the wagon. And those
Sweet.
Oreo cookies or whatever else you're eating, it'll be off somewhere else on the side, okay? So,
boy, you hit that on the nail, too. You always, are on point because, God, I got a sweet tooth. That's the only thing that's keeping me back.
yeah, that's all right. One day you'll give it up. Next question
thank God,
for me.
because that's the last drug I've got to get rid of.
Sugar drug.
The last question would be, do you see me getting together with my friends in Galveston, from my friends from Bida, or do you see anything like a relationship coming in, just anything? I'll take anything.
Well, here's the thing. It's the balancing act, right? So you have to get a little better about yourself. You have to love yourself more in order to bring that in. And that's the journey of the end of this year into next year, is kind of inviting more people in your life. Like, clearly you made the move to meet with people, but you don't love you right now from the perspective of your external you. So you have to fall back in love with you, do the changes that you need so that you can feel like you want to see people.
So that's why Spirit and myself has put me in timeout, and I've been kind of locked away all this time.
Yeah, well,
is the answer to that question.
Yeah, so they said you can't put baby in the corner, but we sure can put Jana in the corner. So Jana, you're in the corner, and Spirit's got you in timeout. We got to run for now. I got some other people on hold, but thank you so much for calling, and we greatly appreciate it.
Can I say one thing? I have talked to several people that have taken your classes. They're friends with me on Facebook. And they just loved it. And I can't wait if I can ever find somebody that can help me with this damn technology to get on there and try, because everybody I've spoken to, I've got 3 friends.
Oh.
And they have just, they really vibed with your classes. So,
well, thank you.
Oh, my God, I can't wait.
We'll get you there. But put the cookies away for today. All right, my darling. Thank you.
Sarah,
bye for now, Jana.
Crew.
All right, God bless you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
888-565-1470. And from Texas, we got to go to Arizona. I got Amy on the line. Amy, how are you doing tonight?
Hi.
Hi, Amy. It has been a time of change, 2021 into 2022, yes?
Correct.
Yeah. Winds of change are still upon you, so I need you to fasten your seatbelt, because this is the time when you get to make the changes, and you have to be a little bit more directional in your intentions. My guides tell me you feel like you got tossed around a bit, and now you have to settle your energy and focus on what it is Amy wants, because Amy's in for a journey of creation. What is your question for me, Amy?
My question is, for my spirit guide.
Yes.
What will happen in the next 6 months?
Well, interestingly enough, see, this is like a big question for you, because this is the time where this is the time for you to step into your psychic powers and for you to speak your truth. And I feel like you've been shut down and manipulated in a way that you're not able to express yourself, because it's almost like you're trying to go against the grain of a plan that somebody's put in motion, but you're not included in the plan, but they're using the plan to run over you. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird, but kind of feel like we're kind of running over your whole spirit here. So in the next 6 months...
It's a long story.
It is a long story, and that's why I'm trying to kind of give you the brushstrokes of how I see it. And I would love to do a personal session with you, because I think it's warranted. That's why I'm like, oh my God, that's a big question. But Amy, when I look at this energy, I see that there is victory at the end of the story, but you have to speak the truth, and you have to find your part in the story before someone kind of squishes your voice so you're not able to make the change that's best for you. I feel like actions are being taken that are not in your best good. And I also feel as if there's a strength of a man who stands above you in the father's position, father figure energy. Did your dad pass, Amy?
Yeah.
Okay. He's with you and supportive of you, and he's there to help you through this journey. For this moment, Amy, we do have to go. I'm glad we made this connection. How did you hear about the show?
You honestly just showed up on my videos.
All right. Well, welcome. I am Sarah Spiritual. Follow the page. Go to SarahSpiritual.com. If you'd like to meet with me personally via phone or Skype, we can definitely do that, Amy. God bless you. We'll put some prayers in for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
I'll definitely contact
All right.
you.
Dad's with you. Bye for now. Well, our loved ones are with us, and the energy of love is here with us to help transform the world. Come from a place of love. Trust that love is the answer. And when you are in the energy of love, you can do and create anything. For this moment, we say goodbye. Our 630th live show. We're counting up everyone in big celebrations to celebrate you, your victory, your success, and your stories. For now, good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answers your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsor